Hello, this is Rory with the Love Chat, and today's topic is, does no contact help them heal? Now, this is video number 184. If you have a question you'd like for me to consider featuring on the Love Chat, please write it in a comment below. And if you enjoy my videos, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like, as it really does help my channel out. And if you'd like some advice on your particular situation, just visit my website, thelovechat.net/coaching. Now then, does no contact help them, the dumper, heal? It's a common question, and it's a common fear, because everywhere you go on YouTube, think about what you're hearing. No contact, 30-day no contact to get your ex back, no contact. And at some point, you gotta wonder, is this thing working against me? Look, when people are talking about losing weight, I'm told eating too much protein is bad for me, but you have years of people telling you protein's really good for you. Now, obviously, I'm just using an example here, but the point is, can no contact do the exact opposite of the thing you want it to do, which is to get your ex to miss you and thinking about you while you're working on yourself, you're taking some me time, you're recreating who you want yourself to be, and eventually wind up in a reconciliation? Can it work against that? And the answer is sort of. So let me explain before anybody panics, because some people are going to panic. No contact is a period of time in which you do not contact your ex. And so if that's the case, your ex will naturally miss you. Now you might be thinking, well, they broke up with me. They're not going to miss me. In fact, no contact's just going to help them get over me. Now that is true. However, the key factor is time. And I'm basing this completely off of my personal coachings that I have seen. Now, for those of you that do not know, for years before I did the Love Chat, and even while I was doing the Love Chat, I worked professionally in the field of behavioral analysis, which has a lot to do with the science behind psychology. We're doing a lot of tracking and charting behaviors, a lot of future predictions based on current trends, things like that. So whenever I'm doing a coaching and I'm taking down notes, I'm writing little data points on the side. I'm taking little measurements on the side, and what I found is that no contact remains effective for about 8 months. Now, I do want to add a grain of salt here, because obviously there's so many variables, it's hard to have a really controlled group. What am I doing? I'm listening to people's situations, I'm seeing which ones ended in a reconciliation, etc. And what I can say, with a grain of salt because of what I just mentioned, that 8 months is a pretty safe number. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. And obviously there are several factors that go into this whole thing, including religion and culture, upbringing, attachment style. I mean, we can just keep going on the variables, but by and large, 8 months is about the rounded number that would be safe to consider. After 8 months, they don't really consider coming back. That's not to say that it's because they stopped loving you or stopped caring about you. It's just to say that around 8 months, we begin kicking ourselves in the ass and saying, all right, well, it's been too long. It's too long. The damage is done. Now, have I seen situations where people beyond 8 months came back to their ex? Yes, several times, in fact. Up to a year. The longest one I've ever heard of was, I believe it was 3 years. But by that point, consider what's happening, and perhaps this will make you feel a bit more at ease. If it's been over 3 years, the other person, and you, frankly, you guys have both gone and experienced other relationships and did other things, and then you realized that there's this magnetic force drawing you back to that person. Meaning, you did sort of move on, but you came back. There's a difference for other people who never move on in the first place. That's rare. That doesn't happen much. So, under that context, I hope that makes a bit more sense. So, does no contact help them heal? Well, of course. Because it's backing them away from the anxious situation too. It's backing them away from you as well. However, within this, we talk about the counter to all of this, the fading affect bias, which just basically means that given some time, given some space, away from a negative situation, the emotions tied to that negative situation begin to fade, and the stronger, happier emotions remain. So, I hope this makes some sense, how no contact does help your ex heal, but perhaps not in the way that you're thinking, where some time away from you and then they'll get over you. Some time away is around 8 months, and that's quite a long time, and hopefully by the time the breakup happens and 8 months go by, you'll be well over your ex, perhaps even in a new relationship. Above all things, remember to treat yourself well, and remember to constantly improve. Be better than the person that you were yesterday. That's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Please leave a comment below and tell me what topics you want me to consider in a future video. Additionally, if you'd like extra videos every week, private live streams with me, and free giveaways of my best-selling book on Amazon, just visit my Patreon, patreon.com/thelovechat. Until next time.